Now at 6:15, we have continuing coverage in a News 3 investigation in Virginia and across the country. Black and brown people are sentenced to prison for significantly longer than white people who commit the same crimes. That's according to the U.S. Sentencing Commission.
And mandatory prison time for certain crimes may contribute to the imbalance. This morning, I'm taking a closer look at what some call a crack in the criminal justice system.
They told me he was going to go to jail.
Joan Davis was devastated when she learned her son Ronald was sentenced to 80 years in prison. At 18 years old in the late 90s, he committed a string of armed robberies across Hampton roads. No one was killed or injured.
I don't deserve this. I done what I've done. I deserve to be punished. No, granted, robbery is a serious crime, deserving a serious punishment. But to have my whole life taken away from me as an 18-year-old child.
But how did Ronald Davis essentially get life in prison while some murderers only get a fraction of the time? It boils down to mandatory minimums. These are predetermined sentences for certain crimes in Virginia, like DUIs, distributing drugs, or using a firearm during a felony, like Ronald Davis did. Sentences for these crimes range between 2 days up to life in prison. Judges are forced to give them, and defendants must serve every day of those sentences, even if the judge believes those sentences are too harsh. The Norfolk Commonwealth Attorney Ramin Fadahi says this leads to excessive sentences.
All it does is prevent the sensible application of mercy when mercy is appropriate.
There are 224 mandatory minimums in Virginia, more than most states. Fadahi says that paves the way for mass incarceration.
It is incredibly expensive to imprison somebody. It is taxpayer money that can go into rebuilding crumbling schools, dealing with infrastructure, dealing with transit. It's money that we should only spend when the punishment fits the crime, when public safety requires that we spend that money.
Even the former prosecutor in Ronald Davis' case said mandatory minimums paved the way for what amounted to a life sentence. You see, using a firearm while committing a felony, even if no one is injured or killed, carries a 3-year mandatory minimum sentence for the first offense and a mandatory 5 years for each one after, even if it's all a part of the same crime event. That's how Davis' week-long crime spree racked up 80 years.
The facts really don't justify the amount of time that he got.
Mandatory minimums were adopted decades ago as part of the tough on crime movement. Supporters say it deters crime by forcing judges to send criminals to prison. But according to research in this Virginia State Crime Commission report, mandatory minimums have not eliminated sentencing disparities. Research in that report also showed prosecutors were almost twice as likely to bring a charge carrying a mandatory minimum sentence against a black defendant, meaning prosecutors were more likely to find ways to charge around mandatory minimums for white defendants. And because of that, black males were found to receive sentences that were 50% longer than white males for the same crimes. Fadahi says that's not justice.
This is not an argument that people should serve less time than they deserve. Everybody should serve every day that they deserve to serve. They simply shouldn't serve a day more.
Without mandatory minimums, trust for just sentences would be in judges' hands. According to the Sentencing Project, judges statistically reserve harsher sanctions within sentencing guidelines for black men more than any other group. Still, Fadahi says eliminating mandatory minimums can weed out bias in the courtroom.
There is a multi-step process to try and make the system more equitable and to ensure that the sentence that a person serves is based on the facts of their case and not based on their race.
Now, as we reported, former Governor Ralph Northam set an early release date for Ronald Davis. He will be getting out of prison in 2023. And for now, a governor's pardon is the only way to address excessive and disproportionate sentences connected to mandatory minimums or bias in the courtroom. A bill introduced during the General Assembly session this year to eliminate mandatory minimums failed. And a second look bill that would have given prosecutors an opportunity to address other excessive sentences of the past also failed in the General Assembly this year. Proponents of the measure say they will try again in future sessions.